Welcome to Inside the Investigation. In this episode, I will talk about interviews versus interrogations. I would ask that you support our podcast series by clicking subscribe. To understand every part of the investigation process, coercive interrogation, as well as flawed witness and victim interviews by law enforcement, check out all the episodes on this podcast. If you have questions about a case, please feel free to call our expert Brian Leslie at the number on the screen, or go to our website also on the screen. Just be aware we cannot provide legal advice, as we are an expert service. Interviews and interrogations are pivotal in criminal investigations, each serving distinct purposes and employing different techniques. An interview is non-accusatory by nature, designed to collect information from witnesses or subjects in a relaxed environment that encourages open dialogue. Conducted early in the investigation process, interviews are fluid conversations aimed at building rapport, where notes are discreetly taken to capture insights without disrupting the flow of information. The setting typically promotes comfort and openness, inviting individuals to share their perspectives freely. In contrast, an interrogation is accusatory and confrontational, aimed at extracting confessions from suspects who may not realize the seriousness of their situation until it is too late. This high-pressure environment uses persuasive techniques within a controlled space, operating under a presumption of guilt. Notably, investigators refrain from taking notes during the initial confrontation, waiting until after they obtain what they perceive as truthful admissions. This strategy can increase stress for those being questioned. The room layout further reflects this dynamic. Interrogators position themselves to encroach on personal space and dominate psychological ground. Understanding these nuances, interview versus interrogation, highlights how essential each method is in shaping both outcomes and perceptions throughout criminal investigations. A significant issue arises when interrogations proceed with a false presumption of guilt, often based on unreliable information from witnesses or victims. This information can sometimes be vindictive or contradictory, yet investigators frequently treat it as fact, failing to scrutinize it aggressively during initial interviews. In these situations, investigators tend to believe the witness or victim over the accused, leading to a deductive investigation approach. This method focuses solely on finding inculpatory evidence that supports the case, while ignoring exculpatory evidence that could exonerate the accused. Such an approach can lead to wrongful accusations and convictions, as investigators overlook crucial evidence that contradicts the alleged crime. The tendency to prioritize certain testimonies without thorough cross-examination during the interview phase can result in significant miscarriages of justice. By not challenging inconsistencies or alternative narratives early on, investigators may inadvertently build a case on shaky foundations, leading to interrogations that are unfairly biased against the suspect. The consequences of these investigative practices are profound. When investigators conduct interrogations under the false assumption of guilt, they may coerce confessions from individuals who are, in fact, innocent. The pressure of the interrogation room, combined with the strategic absence of note-taking, can lead suspects to confess to crimes they did not commit out of desperation or confusion. This is exacerbated when investigators ignore or dismiss exculpatory evidence, focusing instead on supporting their initial theories. The failure to properly assess the reliability of witness statements during interviews can skew the entire investigation process, resulting in convictions based on incomplete or incorrect information. By understanding the critical differences and potential pitfalls in interviews and interrogations, investigators can better navigate the complexities of criminal investigations, ensuring that justice is served accurately and fairly. Recognizing the importance of balanced evidence gathering and the dangers of a deductive approach can prevent wrongful accusations and uphold the integrity of the investigative process. We would also ask you to share this podcast episode with others. If you have questions about a case, please feel free to call our expert Brian Leslie at the number on the screen.